Alright guys, so it's the first official mow of the 2025 season. This is a weekly client of mine doing the regular season. He reached out to me for mowing for today. That's what we're going to be out here doing. First mow of the season. We got the Bobcat 52 with us. That's what we're going to be running today. I highly recommend anytime that it's your first touch on a property that you do a complete walkthrough. Just look for sticks, maybe any new potholes that wasn't there the season before, any type of dips or grooves, that sort of thing. That's something I always try to check for on that first initial mow. And you should definitely charge more for that first initial mow for the season, because you know the edges have to be established. You got to pick up sticks, that sort of thing, especially if they're not doing any property cleanups. But this client here, we've done multiple property cleanups here throughout the season. So that's just something to keep in mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this walkthrough, grab these sticks, kind of check out the law of the land, and we're gonna get moved from there. So this client here, he also reached out to me for plug seed, fertilizer, and also herbicide spraying. So I'm gonna take a look. I kind of already have some numbers in mind. I just really need to check the prices on some things, but I'm gonna get him some numbers on that too. So as you see, the grass is really still dormant. It's not dead, it's dormant. But as you see, the weeds are starting to grow. So now is the time to be thinking about pre-emergence and that sort of thing. So I'm gonna get him some estimates on that, and hopefully we'll be able to land the job. We'll see. This is why I highly recommend that you do those walkthroughs of your first initial property, because the mower is clean underneath. Something like this will get caught wrapped around the blades on the very first cut. So that's why I highly advise to do those walkthroughs for trash, sticks, etc., because you will find stuff like this.
You're working.
For this video here, I'll be doing a voiceover. The topic of the video is what to expect during spring rush. There's no particular order. I'm kind of just coming off the top. So while you guys enjoy the mow, I'll be discussing that. The first thing is to expect a lot of calls, a lot of texts, and a lot of emails. During this time, clients or potential clients are trying to reach out for pricing. They are trying to find a new lawn care provider. They might be interested in property cleanups, spring cleanups, removing of leaves, that sort of thing. Just getting the yard ready for spring, getting the yard ready to be cut. So I would highly advise to respond to those calls, those texts, those emails as fast as you can, because if you wait, you are losing money. That's one thing that I have really tried to work on this year, is getting back to people fast. And it speaks value about your company if you're able to do that, or your business, or if you're just getting started. It shows that you mean business and you're doing this in a timely manner. So that's one thing I've been really honing in on this year, and even giving pricing over the phone. If you're able to give pricing over the phone, it'll save so much time. I don't go drive to a property, walk around it, take a look, give them a price no more. I don't do that, because that takes too much time. And I'm at the state now that in my business, that would take all day if I was to do that. If you're a little bit smaller and you have the time, I would highly recommend you take the time and, drive by the property, take a look. But as something as simple as mowing, and even some of my property cleanups, I gather a few questions over the phone and I shoot them a price right then. If I don't shoot it to them right then, they'll have it very quick, just because I've done it so many times and I have an idea of what the square footage of the property is, and I can base it off of that. So when they call, get them that price as fast as you can, guys. You want to be at the top of that list. Don't wait. If the homeowner is serious about getting the job done, they might go with the very first bid. If they're like your numbers that you present, they might just say, hey, let's go ahead and lock it in. How soon can you do the job? that's why it's important to get those numbers out.
We're running the Steel FS 111R, and I like to pick a point of the property and work my way around. I don't bounce around. So I like to finish one side and then move on to the next side. I feel like it's a little bit more efficient that way on like where you start at, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you could be working backwards, and that's one thing I get on my guys about a lot, because that's time, you know what I'm saying? You got to work backwards. So just pick a point where you start and just work from there. Like you see the layout, you got the fire hydrant, all of the signs, the trees, stuff like that. I'm hitting that stuff first, and then I'm gonna start my line and work around. So you'll see.
This next one is probably my favorite. During spring rush is the best time to raise prices. If you have any clients from the past that you feel like you was kind of shorting yourself out on, spring rush is the best time to go up. I would send them a message and say, hey, we're starting on this date. This is your price for the season. We look forward to working with you. We'll be out there. And you notice how I worded that. I didn't ask permission. I told them that we would be out there. This is something that I have been implementing. And if they don't want you, they'll tell you. But I'm automatically assuming that they want to continue service from last year. If that makes sense. Like, they have to physically tell me, like, no, we don't need you. We want to opt out. But I'm automatically assuming that we're picking up from last season. Here's your new price, and we're going to get the ball rolling. So spring rush is the best time to go ahead and raise prices, man, on clients or even new territory that you might be in. I went up on my property cleanup, so that's one thing that I'm glad about, because for the last 2 weeks I've been doing a lot of project-based work prior to moving into the mowing, which is good. So stay tuned for that. Friday and Saturday and Thursday I have jobs on schedule. Friday we're doing 2, a pine needle install and a property cleanup. Saturday is going to be a mulch job. Thursday is a pine needle install. As I mentioned to you guys, I am graduating, so I have grad fair on Tuesday. Wednesday I'll be mowing. So it's getting busy, man. It's getting busy. So I really hope that the ball is rolling for you guys too. Just take that initiative, man, and whatever price that you set, stick to it. And if they don't want to comply, then that's fine. But don't do no negotiating. We know whatever price you set, I really think you should just stick to it, man. Stick to your gut, stick to your guns, and just roll with it. But that's the best time to raise prices, especially if you're at capacity. When I say that, which means if you feel like you have too much work to keep up with, or even if you have a part-time job and you're doing it on the side, spring rush is the best time to go ahead. The beginning of the season is the best time to go ahead and raise prices on those clients, or raise prices on everybody, So that's just something to keep in mind. In addition to the weekly rundown, Monday, Manny and myself, we did a property cleanup. It was a removal job where they had cut down a tree, charged the lady $400 to haul it off. You know what I'm saying? Easy work. And it was the same last week. It was a lot of project-based work, and now I'm starting to book out stuff for next week. So that leads me into my next topic, guys. Make sure that you track your leads. I think it's important that you know what's working and what's not working, so you can kind of do a little plug and play, so to speak. The marketing pieces is not working, I would strip it, get rid of it, and really focus on the ones that are working. Consistency is key. If you are consistent at anything enough, it will stick. So I would just focus on that, man. I found what works for me, and I'm sticking to it. And I really think that you should do the same. if you're doing any project-based work in your business, i.e. pine needles or mulch, I think it's important to check prices prior to you giving out that quote, or even in grass seed, because in some cases, depending on your market, the price of grass seed and fertilizer could have went up from what it was last year. And that's the same with the mulch and the pine needles. Before every season, I always call and check, because what was last year may not be this year, and that can really affect your price tremendously. So you don't want to have to eat that cost or undercut yourself, So I would highly advise check those prices of materials first, beginning of spring rush, just to make sure that everything is on the right path before you start putting out these numbers, and then you find out that things have went up. Cost of materials have went up since last season. So that's another tip just to kind of keep in mind. If you enjoy these type of videos, or you taking light to this kind of content that I'm putting out, please take the time to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people so we can grow this lawn family. Lastly, guys, just keep a level head. Guys and girls, just keep a level head coming into spring rush. I know stress levels can rise. You might feel yourself losing sleep because you need to get back to your people in a timely manner. It's so much work to do. It's a lot to get done and not enough time in the day. But just always put God first and just pray on it, and it'll work out. Go to the gym, find things to do outside of work to create that balance. I think that's very important, is to have that balance between what's going on in the business, so you can keep those stress levels down. Go fishing, whatever the case may be. Just do what you like, but just make sure that you just keep a level head, man, and just stay busy and just stay positive, whatever happens, and just roll with it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video.